G'day guys, welcome back to another episode of Level Up. We are back in the shed this afternoon and I'm puffing a bit actually because we've just did a few push-ups and did a bit of a warm-up. But look, it is going to be another cracking episode today. We actually don't have another guest today. We got a lot of feedback from the last individual sort of chat, I guess I did on my own. So we thought we'd have a crack and do a couple more. But today I wanted to really talk about... we always get a lot of feedback when people hear more about my story. So I want to throw more just real deal, real life shit out there that I deal with on a daily basis. And one of my things is that I am actually my biggest problem. And I think this will relate to a lot of people in the construction industry. But what I mean by that is... I'm going to talk you through a few different scenarios, but I am the biggest thing holding me back. And it shits me because I know I'm not putting in 100% into everything that I do. So, and I challenge myself constantly. I know I can be a better father, a better husband, a better mate, a better employer, a better everything, but I am my biggest problem because I think it's human nature. We always tend to look for the easiest way, and knowing everything I know now, having multiple businesses, going to spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on coaching, mentoring programs, all those types of things. The reality is that it's the people that can push through the comfort the most, so that succeed, and it's to what level you want to succeed to. And I think it doesn't matter what level you're at, whether you're whether you've got nothing, you're homeless, whether you're a multi-billionaire. Like, everybody has comfort levels, and we have to push through those comfort levels to succeed and to have success and to go to the next level. And for me, I am the biggest problem when it comes to that. Like, I hold myself back. Like I said, I know I can do better. I know I'm not putting in 100%. And I just want to talk through this because I know there's a lot of people out there that that are really hard on themselves, that take it very personally if they don't put in 100% of the effort every single day. It's a question I'd love to ask a lot of really big entrepreneurs like the Grant Cardones, the Gary V's, even people like Tony Robbins. Like, are they on all the time? Because like, you watch these guys and you see all the shit they put on social media, and you go to their seminars and they're just like full on, and they talk about being full on all the time. And I question that a little bit about myself because for me anyway, it's impossible to be on all the time. And I think you've got to, every now and then, you've got to have a bit of a break. You've got to rest yourself a little bit so that you can keep moving forward. But when I say that I am my biggest problem, to give you some real examples, so like I'd love to work out more. I'd love to be more toned, more fit. And I do a little bit. I know that I can definitely put more effort when it comes to looking after myself. But I'll be honest, like I get sidetracked pretty easily. Quite often if I get up early intending on doing a workout or going for a walk or whatever, I'll get stuck into office work. I just love what I do. I love building. And so my passion for building is bit of a problem, and it stops me from doing other things because I just love it. I love getting in the office. I love working through things. I love going to site, checking on the boys. So I know I need to control myself a little bit when it comes to putting more effort into my health and my fitness. And it's something I need to work on more. But I'm definitely my biggest problem when it comes to being successful. I question myself constantly, especially like some of the people that I hang around. Some really good mates I have that have done incredibly well in business. I question myself whether like just stupid shit all the time. And I'm sure everybody does this. I'd love for people to reach out and give me some feedback on this and tell me that I'm not the only one. But I quite often question myself in some of the circles that I hang around. Is like, am I good enough to be hanging out with these guys? Am I good enough to be sitting at this table? Like, am I good enough to have the businesses that I have? Am I good enough to be doing these types of projects? Am I good enough to have what I have? Like, that's something I question myself a lot, and I've got to pull myself back into line and sort of tell myself, fucking oath, you're good enough. Like, you have worked your ass off to be here, to get this, to do that. But it's just something I question myself, and I think a lot of it comes from the way that I was brought up, the stories that I was led to believe. So yeah, that's definitely something I battle with as well, is just thinking if I'm good enough to be where I am and do what I do. But another one is like, we recently purchased like my dream car. Like, it's a car that I used to look at when I'm like 20 years ago when I was subbing, and one of the developers I was doing work for used to rock up in this car, and I just told myself, one day I'm gonna have one of those cars. And recently, Camille and I were lucky enough to purchase that car. It's Mercedes GLS 6.3S, incredible car. Love it. 720 odd horsepower. It's an absolute weapon. And we actually didn't even really go looking. Like, we just got up one weekend. We were talking about buying a new car or whatever. And we didn't have anything on one weekend, and we just decided to get up and drive around on Saturday and go and have a look at a few cars, and we were actually looking at a 300 series Cruiser or something like that. And yeah, anyway, long story short, ended up with a new Mercedes, which is fucking awesome. But ever since we bought that car, we've had a few months now, and I question myself all the time. Like, even driving it around, I'm like, fuck me. I dress like a bogan. I wear pluggers almost everywhere. Camille's always on my back about what I wear when we go out. And now we're driving around in this flash Mercedes car, and I question, like, should I actually really? Do I deserve to have this car? So, and so again, I got to pull myself back into line. Like, we've worked hard. We deserve to be able to have nice things and reach our goals and all those types of things. But probably the biggest thing with all of this, and what makes me think these things all the time, is I feel like friends or family members or even work colleagues that haven't been able to have the success that Camille and I have had. And look, I'm no wanker about this shit. Like, I want to be far more successful than what I am now. But like, I feel like I drive around at the moment. There's a lot of homeless people around, and like, you're driving to one of our jobs in particular, you go past these parks and there's all tents and cars and stuff, and there's all homeless people there. And like, I literally, every single time I drive past, I think to myself, like, fuck me, like, is it okay for me to have all the shit I have when these people can't even afford a roof over their head? And I don't know, it really plays on my mind. It really affects me, and I've got to continually work on telling myself that, yes, you've worked hard, you deserve all these things. So the reason I want to talk about all this stuff is because I do believe that every single one of us deals with these sorts of thoughts and these sorts of things. And I like talking about this stuff, and I like putting it out there, because I feel like by me talking about my stories and like how I deal with things, I want it to lift the level of everybody that listens to this podcast. I want everybody to understand that it's okay to have these types of feelings, and it's okay to push through, and it's okay to reach your goals, to be successful, and all these types of things. It's just part of life. We're always going to question who we are, what we have, what we do. And like, a lot of it for me also comes back to, I guess, what I was told growing up by family members, by uncles and aunties, by in my working career, people that I've been associated with. And I truly believe that Australia is probably one of the worst places for this type of thing, because the other thing that makes it hard and why I question myself on all of this stuff is because Australians are huge at accepting being comfortable. And I've noticed this more and more the more that I've traveled overseas. And like, you go to the States or even Europe and places, and people really get behind people. Like when they start doing well, or they've got a great idea, or they're putting themselves out there, people jump on their bandwagon, they support them, they G them up. Whereas in Australia, everyone's your biggest supporter until you're outdoing them. And as soon as you start outperforming them, then all the shit starts. The criticism, the smart-ass comments. It's like when someone goes to purchase a house or buy something off you, and because they don't actually have the money or they can't afford it, they make smart-ass comments like, this is a problem or that's a problem. Whereas people that have the money, there's no problems. They just tell it how it is and they purchase it. And so I do feel Australia is really bad for, like holding people in the comfort zone. Like, look at the way our sports works now. Like, it gives me the shits with my girls' sports. Everyone's a winner. It absolutely shits me to tears. I think it's ridiculous. I think it should be banned. Like, how can people progress and put in the effort to put in 100% all the time if every single person that is involved gets a ribbon or a reward? Like, reality is there's second is always the first loser, and everyone after that is still losing. Like, if you want to work hard, you want to push yourself to the limits, like, you have to aim for number one. And I think, like I said, Australia is really bad for it. We have to stop settling for comfortable, because comfortable, like mediocre, it's not acceptable. Every single one of us has the ability to be whoever we want to be, do whatever we want to do, have whatever we want to have. And I again, it's something I struggle with, because around you, like, the better I do, the more I get told by probably more often than not family members, like, you work too much, you're tired, you always look tired. Like, there's just all these thoughts and things that you're getting told all the time that you've then got to battle with, and then you start to question yourself, like, okay, well, should I really be doing this? Shit, like, do people really think I look tired all the time? Or shit, am I actually working too hard? But that's, again, it's dragging back down to that comfort zone. Like, everyone wants you to settle to their comfort zone. And like I said, it's we're very good at rewarding people for staying in that comfort zone. There's, like, Aussies are really bad for G'ing people up and pushing them along and celebrating people when they're having a win and when they're doing well. So I tend to be my biggest problem, like my own problem, when it comes to that sort of thing as well. So the other one is social media. Like, this will sound a bit weird and shit, but like, I do a lot of fucking airy-fairy shit. So kinesiology and breath work, and I've tried some pretty crazy shit, and I've been told over half a dozen times now that even though I feel like I'm being myself, I've got a shitload more to tell and a shitload more to give, and that I'm holding back. And so this podcast is a good platform to allow me to be who I am and talk about things openly, and I guess tell you guys these stories. But I am my biggest problem when it comes to this as well, because even though people think that I'm I'm on social media all the time and I'm posting a lot, I battle with it every single time that I post. I see what other people are putting out on social media. I see how many followers other people have on social media, and I constantly battle with myself. Am I good enough to be doing what I'm doing? Am I good enough to be teaching builders how to run better businesses? Am I good enough to be creating a new building industry? And fucking oath I am. Like, I believe I am. I've done the hard yards. I've survived in this industry now. I've been in the industry for 27 years, or actually 29 years now, and running my own building business for 18. And as I've talked about, I had struggles for the first sort of 9 to 10 years, but the last 9 years have been fucking great. And like, we are absolutely pushing forward. We're constantly improving. And I've got the runs on the board, and I fucking oath, I can tell people how it is. I probably, like I don't, like everything I do is a real deal. So there's no bullshit, but I see a lot of stuff that other people are putting out there on social media, and I know it's bullshit because I've had conversations with them. I know the behind the scenes of their business and all this type of stuff. And yet I still question myself constantly whether I'm good enough to be putting myself out there. So that is a problem that I battle with all the time as well. But if I can encourage everybody to just put yourself out there, because I know myself, by me putting myself out there, I've now helped thousands of people in this industry. I've helped save hundreds of lives. I've saved marriages. I've saved families simply by me putting my ugly mug out there on video and telling you guys stories that resonate with you. So for that reason, I encourage every single person to don't be afraid to put yourself out there, because it's not about how many followers you have. It's not about how many likes and how many comments and all that bullshit. At the end of the day, you want to be connecting with people that are connecting with you because they believe in you, they trust you, and they enjoy what you're putting out there. And through that, you will connect with genuine people. You don't want to have 10, 20, 40, 100, a million followers if they're not engaged with you, if they don't believe in your cause and your purpose. So again, that's something that I've had to battle with, and I still battle with it all the time. Like Shay produces all these awesome videos and stuff, and like I've got hundreds of videos that I don't even post, because then I'm like, I battle with myself, like, should I be posting as much as I am? Should I be putting this sort of stuff out there? So look, you just got to do it. You got to put yourself out there, and from my experience, it's the best thing you can do. Because for me, putting myself out there, personally, for me, it's a huge way of me holding myself accountable. Because now I'm like, fuck, if I'm putting all this shit out there and I'm telling people they should be doing this and that I've been doing this and this is the result you'll get, then I'm the real deal. So I have to follow through on that. I have to do it in my own business. I have to do it in my own life, because I'm not the guy. Like, I do not want to be a fraud. I do not want anyone ever coming up to me and saying, you don't practice what you preach. Because that's something I'm really passionate about. Like, and it's also something that really shits me with social media, because so many people on social media do not practice what they preach. So I'm my biggest problem when it comes to that sort of thing as well. I've talked about the social media, I've talked about the fitness, talked about success.
Likeability?
Likeability. That's definitely one that I battle with. I don't know, I'm probably too self-conscious with stuff like that. I worry about what people think. I worry, like, believe it or not, even though I dress like a bogan, I wear pluggers everywhere, like, I do think, like, fuck, do people look at me and think, like, who the fuck's that guy? What's he wearing? Like, and again, like, that ties in with the social media thing. Like, I see other people in our industry that are trying to do coaching and mentoring or running building businesses, and like, they're all, to me, they look flash. They're always nicely trimmed and groomed and well presented. And to me, that's just, it's not me. Like, I am my most comfortable when I'm in my pluggers, in my boardies, on the beach, chilling out, having a swim, or throwing an old pair of jeans on and a work shirt and getting stuck into shit on the farm or around the yard. That's my comfort place. But I do definitely struggle with being, like, the likability thing and worrying about what people think and what people are saying and stuff. And it's something that I've had to push through. Like, I wouldn't be putting myself out there as much as I do now if I hadn't taught myself to push through that. And basically, like, the biggest game changer in this, with this for me, was the book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. That was an incredible book. It really changed my mindset. And it's pretty much how I live my life now. And going back to the stuff I was talking about before with the new car and stuff, Camille and I joke about this quite a bit. Like, she'll quite often have a dig at me because we'll be going out to dinner or pickups dinner or whatever, and now we're in this new car. We jump in the car, and like Camille, my wife, is an incredible person. She always looks the part and puts in effort for everybody else. Like, she's always making sure our girls are spot on, and then when we go out, I let the family down because I'm the dag in the family. But yeah, that's just how I am. It's how I feel comfortable, and yeah, it is what it is. If people don't like me for the way I look or what I talk about or all that type of stuff, then they're not sort of really worth worrying about anyway. But yeah, it is what it is. I know there's a lot of people that reach out to me a lot and really worry about putting themselves out there. They see what I'm doing and they see how much it's worked for me. And then, like, I get questions all the time, like, how do you do it? And so one thing we actually do in my Live Life Build business with our members is we do Monday Momentums and Friday Wins. And that all started because that's a way of encouraging them to get on video and record. So Friday Wins, it's about getting members on there, holding their phone up, recording themselves and just talking about their week. And it could be anything, but just talking about their week and any little wins or big wins that they think they've had. And the whole idea of that is getting them comfortable speaking to the group because it's only the members, no one else sees it. And yeah, so many of them have man, from where they started, like doing their first short little video, stumbling, stuttering, to now doing full-on videos on their Instagram and promoting their business and things. So yeah, fuck what everybody else thinks. Like, you've just got to put yourself out there and have a crack, have a go. Who cares about what anyone else thinks or does? So if like I'm doing this podcast episode today, I'm talking through with you all the thoughts that go through my head all the time. And that's why this podcast is about me being my biggest problem, because I believe that 99.9% of people that listen to this podcast will have the same issue. You'll be battling every single day with yourself. And if you're your biggest problem, it literally is as simple as talking to yourself when you're driving around or walking the dog or doing a workout or whatever, and changing those thoughts in your head so that you beat those thoughts, and all of a sudden the world's your oyster. Like, if you're the only thing that's holding you back, then work on yourself, work on your stories, work on your mindset. Like, it's okay. I'm a huge supporter of it's okay to give yourself a pat on the back. No one's going to come up to you and tell you, like, it's great you're doing that, go on, do it. Like it's hard to get support in Australia. So give yourself a pat on the back and put yourself out there and stop being your biggest problem and break through that barrier so that you can have and be and do anything that you want to do. Because I am a real life example that when you do that, incredible things happen. So look, guys, I'll wrap it up for this one. Hope I haven't talked too much shit, but hopefully that's given you a little bit of an insight into what my head is like and the shit that I tell myself constantly and how I deal with it to break through it so that I can be successful and live the life that I want to live. So look, guys, as usual, like, comment, subscribe. Please ask us questions so we can bring you videos that you want to hear. Look forward to seeing you on the next one. All right, guys, I want to introduce you to a really exciting new product that I believe is going to play a massive role in Australia building healthier homes. As you all know, I am extremely passionate about healthy homes, and I'm doing a lot of research and putting a lot of time and effort into making sure my construction business is leading the way when it comes to building healthy homes here in Australia. We've teamed up with the guys from Highwood Timber. Highwood Timber are pioneering condensation management with their high-flow ventilated LVL batten system. High-flow battens give builders a stronger, straighter and smarter way to create a ventilated cavity behind cladding and underneath roofs. without compromising on structural performance. While tackling condensation to improve building health and ease of installation, Highwood battens are built to perform. When it comes to dealing with condensation and ventilation, high flow battens will help you create continuous ventilated cavities behind all your cladding and underneath your roof sheeting. They reduce condensation risk and support healthier, longer lasting buildings. Highwood timber battens are also in alignment with the proposed NCC condensation management requirements as well as passive house ventilation requirements. Being an engineered LVL product, they are stronger, straighter, and more dimensionally stable than a solid material such as pine. This helps resist warping, twisting, and shrinkage, ensuring more consistent installs, less prone to splitting than solid timber. Highwood timber battens are precisely manufactured, meaning that your installation will be faster and easier than other products on the market. The part that I like the most about these battens are they are H3 treated for long-term protection against decay and termites. They use a waterborne H3 treatment which reduces reactivity with membranes and adhesives when compared to LOSP. These are the exact battens that you want to be using on your homes and your builds if you are considering building healthier homes or passive homes. Check them out, Highwood Timber Products.